All right, welcome everybody to the darkness. Now, we're right on time. One game down. Valentova has the break. 1-0. Perfect timing. All right. How are we doing, everybody? What's going on? Busy day. Clearly. But we're here. And we've got Eala and then Raducanu. I think Raducanu's coming up pretty quickly too. So we've got some stuff to do. You were late already. Oh my gosh. That's so unfortunate. Well, I'm here now, so you can relax. It's okay. Everything's fine. Don't worry. You can chill. All right. We have Raducanu coming up as well against Zhu. Valentova, by the way, we have watched before. She has been having a great year. As has Eala. So this is going to be interesting. Two young players. 18 years old is Valentova. And, of course, we know plenty about Eala. 15-0. As Eala gets the point, 15-30. Eala, by the way, Valentova, very, very vocal player. She's very vocal. She likes to shout. So this will be interesting. This will be an interesting clash. All right, 15-30. As we get a backhand from Eala into the front of Valentova. Eala backhand. Valentova goes into the front of Eala. Into the front of Valentova. Eala to the backhand of Valentova. Eala hits a forehand again. Valentova hits a backhand winner down the line. All right, 30-all. 30-all. All right. $30-all. Now, Raducanu is supposed to be coming on soon. On after Mukova. But yeah, Mukova and... Have they started? Oh, they haven't started yet. Oh, because Townsend is still playing. All right, so we got Raducanu's come up later. All right, 30-all. As the return goes out by Eala, 40-30. I'll tell you this, chat. We've watched Valentova play this year already. She is fun to watch. She is a fiery player to watch. She likes to shout. I think she might have won, I want to say the French Open Juniors back, I want to say last year. I'll double check. But she's been doing just as well as Eala has. In the smaller events, she's won 2 WTA 125s, which is the challenger level, which is what Eala's already won as well. Currently 76 in the world, career high ranking for her as of now. She came through the qualies, so she's obviously got some form this venue. And yes, she won the French Open Juniors last year and made the US Open final in 2023. Of course, Eala won the US Open Juniors in 2021. She also won the French Open doubles last year in the juniors as well. So she did the double. Has been playing the Grand Slams this year. She's made the second round of the French Open and second round of the US Open this year. Came through the qualies of US Open to play Raducanu in the second round and wasn't bad against Raducanu. You know, wasn't ready for the first set with 6-3, and then the second set she had set points to take it to a third. So Valentova definitely is not afraid of these older players, 2 years older, Eala, but I'm talking about Raducanu, these more experienced players. Valentova not afraid, and that's scary for everybody else. Someone who literally has nothing to lose, just coming out here and trying to attack. And then at the French Open, she lost to Coco Gauff in the second round. Coming through the qualies again, so twice, second round twice this year. Raducanu and Gauff are the ones who beat her, so it's not bad. Not a bad start to your Grand Slam career. Because Gauff won the French Open. So Valentova is legit. And she is on fire right now. Love 30. She is not letting Eala get settled. Love 30. Yeah, she's from the Czech Republic. So many players are, but, just in case they didn't need another player, they got one anyway. And Valentova's already shouting and screaming after every point too. Love 30. Love 30. And we're serving to the forehand of Valentová. Return goes back to Eala. Valentová forehand again to the back of Eala. And Eala in the nets. Love 40. Valentová is on fire, yes. She is on fire. All right, love 40. Yeah, Valentová is very vocal. She likes to shout after every point, after most points. She is fired up. As Eala hits the forehand winner down the line. And it's 15-40. I tell you, chat, I know this might be really early, and I said it in the preview as well if you watched that. But the way these two play, this could be a fiery rivalry going forward. And they're both, similar age, 20 and 18, right? But the way that Valentová goes about her tennis, and we know how fired up Eala gets, this could be a fiery rivalry if they both start shouting at each other. As we have 4-4 rally, Eala with the forehand cross court is a winner, 30-40, and they got firepower as well. I mean, both of them like to hit the ball hard, so very fun. Could be a very fun matchup in the future. Valentová is 76 in the world. Did I say 76, right? Did I say 76? 76. Pretty sure that was the number I said. Let me check. All right. 30-40. Still a chance for a double break here, Valentová. Yeah, she's 78. But she has been as high as 76, which was last week. So 78 currently. She was 76 last week, which was her career high. Is in the net by Valentová, and it's deuce. When she won the French Open Juniors, it was against another Czech player, Laura Sampson. Jeez, okay. So they got a lot of Czech players coming through. If they didn't need them any more, All right, Eala. With a fault second serve. She double faults Eala, and it's advantage Valentová. Oh, I've been just reorganizing my house. It's slowly getting there. Eala is 54 in the world, while Valentová is not ranked on top 150. Okay, so you asked me a question, you didn't listen to the answer, and then you just... All right, whatever. Advantage Valentová. Forehand goes into the back end of Valentová. Forehand now from Eala in the net. There's the double break. 3-love. 3-love. All right, Valentová with the double break. So just to put it into a little bit of context, right? Because the WTA don't have a next-gen finals, right? But if they were to have a next-gen finals, we would have Andreeva, Noskova, Mboko, Joint, Jovic, Eala, and Valentová would be the top 8 players under 21. So that's what we're watching at the moment. We're watching the number 7 and 8. If there was a next-gen finals, they would be 7 and 8 in the next-gen finals. It just shows how good how many good young players there are. Obviously, Andreeva is the best of them, and Mboko, Jovic, Joint, and Noskova have all done really well as well. And then, of course, these two are the only ones that haven't won a WTA title yet, but they've won challenger events, so they're on their way. After that, you got Seidel, Bilek, Kazantseva, and then a few other players way down. But yeah, these two ladies are among the top 8 of the next-gen finals if we were to have a women's next-gen finals. So that's just to put in a little bit of context of who these, where they kind of fit in the young players category. They would just qualify, which is pretty competitive. I don't know. I mean, look, why not do a women's next-gen finals? Why doesn't the WTA get in board? What's going on? Just for context as well, on the men's side, you got Menchik in order from 1 to the highest to the lowest. Menchik, Tien, Fonseca, Prismic, the buddy who we can't remember I can't say his name because it's Norwegian. I'm not good. Landalucci, Block, and Beseveretti. So that's a little bit different. Still, a couple of players there we all know, we've all heard of, right? We've heard of Prismic, we know Fonseca, we know TM, we know Menchik, we know Beseveretti, we've watched him. But yeah, that's sort of the comparison of the best under 21-year-olds on the men's side and the women's side. Women's side, on the men's side, you've got Menchik's won a title, Fonseca's won a title, but none of the others have won a main tour title. On the women's side, 6 of the 8 players under 21, 6 of the top 8 players under 21 have won a WTA title already. So it just shows that, on the WTA, they start off earlier, much better earlier than the men. And some of those players they've got those titles that are, they're 1,000 titles or 500 titles. I know Menchik's got a 1,000, but after that, he's the only one. Whereas you got Andreeva, you've got, obviously, Noskova made a 1,000 final the other week. You've got Jovic has got a 500 title. So it's the women's side of things. The young players are very competitive, a lot quicker. As that goes the net by Valentova, and it's 30-15.
Go, Alex. Thanks again, Cams, for covering Alex.
No worries. Thank you for the donation. Appreciate it. All right, 30-15. Valentova with the double break already. Very quick start to this match. She is on fire to start this match. As with a forehand now to the backhand of Eala. Forehand from Valentova. Valentova hits it long, 30-all. Now, these two players have never played before, and also, even in the juniors, I had a look to see maybe they cross paths. Eala had just finished her junior career as Valentova started to play well. So, in 2020, was it 2022 where Eala won the US Open Juniors? The following year, Valentova made the final of the US Open Juniors. So Eala was out of the juniors by then. So they missed each other by 12 months in the juniors. Had it been 12 months earlier, they probably would have played. As Valentova hits a lovely forehand winner next cross court, and it's 40-30. Towson's out. Great win for Tomljanovic. Yeah, great comeback win. I think Towson was injured in that second set, though. So I don't know what happened, but I heard that she was injured. But Tomljanovic coming back from a set down is great. As with a backhand slice from Valentova. Eala comes to the net. Valentova pass. Eala volley. Valentova lob. Too short. And Eala volleys it away. And we get to deuce. By the way, crowd in the house. There is a crowd in the house for Eala. There is some noise in the house for Eala. All right, deuce. Valentova trying to keep that double break. All right, first serve is a fault. Second serve. As the return goes in the backhand, Valentova hits a nice passing shot. And it's advantage Valentova for a double break. And 4-love. All right. Advantage Valentova. And she serves a fault. Second serve. Down you get. Down. All right. Backhand goes down the line to the backhand of Eala. Valentova forehand again to the backhand of Eala. As Valentova backhand to the forehand again of Eala. Into the backhand of Valentova. Valentova hits it wide and it's deuce. Deuce. Valentova looks scary. Oh, yeah. Like I said, she came to the qualies of the French Open and the US Open this year and only lost to top 10 players. Right? She lost to Raducanu in New York, and she lost to Gauff at the French Open in the second round. So, and she didn't qualify for Wimbledon. She lost in the final round of qualies, but she wasn't far away. So and next year she won't have to play qualies at the Australian Open. She'll get to go in straight away. So Valentova's legit. There's a slice now from Valentova into the forehand of Eala. Valentova forehand to the back of Eala. Valentova hits it in the net. It's advantage Eala. All right, what is it? What are you scratching me for? No, don't do that. All right, advantage Eala to get one of the breaks back. Eala should stay at 125 for a while. She clearly is inconsistent and struggles against those players who are ranked like her. Needs more practice and sees situations. Miami clearly the exception. But that's what she's been doing. She's been playing mainly challenges and people are giving her shit for it. So, all right, advantage Eala. Backhand goes wide on the return. It's deuce. But I think Eala's doing the right thing. I think she's playing heaps of challenges, right? She's played a lot of challenges over the last couple of weeks. And now she's playing 250s, and that's totally normal, right? This is the next level up. As a backhand return goes the forehand of Valentova. As Eala puts up a lob. But it goes long. I think she's up to the standard. I agree too. I'm with you. I don't think that she's a challenger level player. I think she's better than that. But she's already been doing what you've been asking for her to do. So, you know. All right, serve to go to 4-love Valentova. As Valentova hits a forehand winner down the line. All right. Valentova 4-love. And like I said last week, or whenever it was, did I say it last week or the week before? The gap between 50 and 100 is so small. There's like, it's not like, if I look at the rankings right now, right? Live rankings. Number 50 is Pavlyuchenkova. She's on 1,185 points. Number 100 is Waltert, and she is 739. So what's that? 400 points between, four. So that's a 1,000. That's a WTA 500 event, right? So if somebody who's 100 in the world wins a 500 event, they go into the top 50 in 1 week. So when you look at these two players who are 54 and 78, right? The difference between 54 and 78 is even less, right? It's about 300 points. So that's, again, making the final of a 500. So a lot can change very quickly. And I mean, even if Valentova won this tournament, she would overtake Eala in the rankings, right? She would be probably the same ranking, around the same ranking, but that's how quickly things can change. Between players from like outside the top 50, you know. And we all know that Eala's massive points are coming from that one tournament, but she also has won, you know, points elsewhere, right? And she has so many points to make up next year at the Grand Slams because she lost first round of a couple of them and didn't even play the Australian Open main draw. So next year she'll be able to make up some of those points, especially at the Australian Open. That, you know, if Eala can make a third round of the Australian Open, that'll go a long way. All right, 30-15. But Chad, who's to say Valentova is not going to be the next breakout star in 2026, right? The way she's playing right now, this is some scary tennis. All right, 30-15. A bit of fault, second serve. There's a backhand winner down the line from Valentova, 30-all. 30-all. As Eala serves the backhand of Valentova, returns the backhand of Eala. Valentova slice. Into the forehand of Eala as Valentova backhand. Into the net. 40-30. I'm just having a look at Eala's points breakdown for this year. So she obviously has a lot of points in Miami. 390 points from Miami. She has a final of Eastbourne, which is 100 points. Or 180 points. Guadalajara winning that 125 was worth 125 points. But other than that, she has no real... she has a lot of opportunity to gain points next year. As we a slice now from Valentova. Eala forehand to the backhand of Valentova. Lob goes up. Eala comes in and puts a forehand away. All right, she's on the board. 4-1 Valentova with a double break. So US Open, she's got 70 points, which was the second round. Didn't play the Australian Open. Lost first round Wimbledon and the French Open, so there's opportunities there. She did play Montreal and Rome and lost in the first round of those tournaments. So there's opportunity, especially on the hard courts of Cincinnati, Montreal, Doha, Dubai. She did make the Dubai ITF semi-final, but not a main draw. So yeah, Dubai, we've got to remember before Miami, right? So Miami is when she has to basically kind of cover those points by making, by winning about 400 points within the first 3 months, right? Which is achievable. So Australian Open, big opportunity there because she's going to be main draw. Indian Wells, Dubai, Doha, right? Those are the 4 big events before Miami where there's a lot of points on the line that she could gain. Obviously, there's 500 events she could do that too. But those are the 4 big events that she has nothing to defend. She's playing for free. And if she can gain enough points over that time to cover the Miami, so that means she doesn't have to make the Miami semis again. If she loses in this, she might, rise up the rankings by Miami and get to, let's say 30 in the world, but then she might drop. But as long as she can cover those points, and when she goes to Miami, she's not worrying about her ranking going from 50 to 100. It's more likely if she's played well, going from like 30 to 40 maybe, if she's played well. And that's assuming that she doesn't do well in Miami. Maybe, if she lost in the first round and lost all those points, right? But yeah, there's opportunity, right? There's a lot of opportunity. There's 4 big events, including the Australian Open, which is probably the court that would favor her game the best. She has to get a little lucky and not play, Krejcikova or someone in the first round, right? But if she can get a nice draw and not have to play a top seed, like a top 20 seed, maybe she gets like the 31st seed in the second round or something like that, that would really go a long way for her to make it, a third round or a fourth round. She makes the third round, that's a lot of points, right? For somebody who's outside the top 50. All right. Love 15. Mukova's on court. Okay. Love 15 as we're serving the forehand of Eala. Forehand from Valentova goes long and it's love 30. Love 30. Chance for Eala to get one of these breaks back. All right, love 30. Serve again. Here's a fault, second serve. Mia, what is it? What's up? All right, love 30. As a return goes in the backhand of Valentova. Eala volleys it into the ground. 15-30. What is it? What's up? What's up? What is it? She's here in the microwave. That's what she thinks there's food in there. Mia thought there was food for her in the microwave. Anyways, the Eala hits it in the net. 30-all. As we get a serve again from Valentova into the forehand of Eala, and then Valentova puts it away. 40-30. Valentova for a 5-1 lead. I read an article that they're going to cancel the Eastbourne tournament next year. Really? I have not heard that. What are they moving? What are they changing? I haven't heard that at all. It says here that it's fine. It's going to be happening. So you have been misinformed. 40-30. There's been a passing shot from Eala. Too good. All right, deuce. I don't know what you heard or who told you, but they were incorrect. Eastbourne is happening, so I don't know what you read. All right, deuce. As the backhand return goes to forehand of Valentova. Eala puts up a lob. Valentova puts away the forehand winner. Advantage Valentova. Right, advantage Valentova. As a return from Eala goes into the front of Valentova. Valentova puts it away, and it's 5-1. 5-1 Valentova. By the way, no shot I'm staying up until 5 in the morning to watch Fonseca. No shot. Not right now. Not at the moment. There's no shot I'm staying up until 5 in the morning yet. As much as I love Fonseca, that not in a 250. If he was playing the Six King Slam, I would. I'm not staying up, especially when there's nothing between. Like there's nothing in the middle. Not a real fan. Cry less. 15 love. As Eala serves again. Into the back of Valentova. Return goes into the forehand of Eala. Into the forehand of Valentova. And Valentova hits a wide 30 love. Real fans stay awake. Okay. Good one. You know who you're talking to? Hello? Have you not been here before? Hello? It's kind of wild somebody say that I'm not a real fan when and then because I just don't want to stay up one day. But what about the other 300 days of the year that I've stayed up all night? Yeah. Look, I know you're sad that I'm not going to be here for it, but Tennis TV will show it and you can just watch it on there. 30 love. As a return, winner by Valentova, 30-15. 30-15. As Eala serves again. We've got a fault, second serve. As the return goes in the front of Eala. Backhand now from Valentova. As Eala forehand to the forehand of Valentova. Again, the forehand of Eala. As Valentova backhand down the line. Eala backhand cross court as Valentova again to the forehand of Eala. As Valentova again with a forehand. Goes in the net. And Eala gets to 40-15. Chance for her to make Valentova serve for the set. All right. 40-15. Now we've got Raducanu coming up soon. After Vondrousova and Mukova. So once those two are finished, we will watch Raducanu. Have they started yet? No. They're just about to start. All right, backhand. And the forehand of Valentova. Forehand from Eala. Valentova with a drop shot winner. Nice. 40-30. 40-30. 40-30. All right. As Valentova hits a lovely winner down the line. And we get the deuce. We get to deuce. As Eala serves again. A fault, second serve. Second serve. Into the forehand of Valentova. Valentova in the net. Advantage, Eala. Advantage, Eala. All right, advantage, Eala. To make Valentova serve for the set. Valentova returns it into the back of Eala. Valentova back into the forehand of Eala. There's Valentova drop shot. Too good. Back to deuce. Back to deuce. As Eala serves again. Into the backhand of Valentova. Eala forehand. And Valentova backhand winner down the line. All right. Advantage Valentova. Advantage Valentova. To take the first set. And Eala serves. Serve is a fault. Second serve. By the way, packed crowd. Considering it's on court number 2 and it's like only one like side of the court is for the crowd, it's pretty packed. There's not many seats left. Second serve. Into the back of Valentova. Back in Eala. Goes wide. All right, first set, Valentova. First set in the bag for Valentova, 6-1. I think Eala just wasn't expecting Valentova to be so aggressive. By the way, Valentova's record is very good. For somebody who's just starting, 87 wins, 23 losses in her career so far. 2 challenger level events, 125s. And remember, if you don't know, now you know. 125s are the highest, or the challenger level. It's the same thing that Eala has. Eala has a challenger level title as well, but Valentova's got 2. So that's super impressive as an 18-year-old. She turns 19 in February next year. So, again, this is her rookie year. 76 in the world last week was her highest ranking. She's currently ranked 78. So, yeah, she is a very decent player, Valentova. And I don't think Eala was expecting her to be this clean to start the match, because she came out flying. She's already played 2 top 10 players, like I mentioned at the start of the day. She's already played against Gauff and Raducanu at Grand Slams and lost both of them in straight sets, but came through the qualies to then play against them. That's not a bad run. She did beat Shrimkova in Prague in July, which is her biggest win ever, 34 in the world at the time. But she's also beaten Bronzetti, who was 57 in the world. This will be her second highest ranked win by opponent if she does get the win here. But yeah, this lady is very impressive and very aggressive the way that she plays. So watch out. Let's see if Eala can regroup though, because she doesn't mind playing these kind of players. Like these aggressive types, Eala usually doesn't mind playing these players. But maybe she wasn't expecting Valentova to be this aggressive. Maybe she thought she was going to be a bit more nervous and making some errors. All right. Here we go. Valentova's a serve in the second. 1 set down as we're to forehand now from Valentova. And the Eala forehand goes to the backhand of Valentova. Then Eala's forehand down the line. Winner. No, she overhit it, did she? No, she hit it in. It went in. Love 15. Love 15. Also, Muka Vivondi just started. Umboko's taking on Yastremska as well. Towson losing is a big upset, but I think she was injured, so that doesn't help. Love 15 as with a fault from Valentova. Second serve. As the return goes to the back of Valentova. And Valentova hits a winner, 15-0. All. All right, serve again. Here's a let. As we just serve again, Valentova. Into the back of Eala. Return goes out, 30-15. 30-15. As we serve again for Valentova. Oh. And she says the fault, second serve. Second serve. As a forehand goes into the backhand of Eala. Forehand from Valentova sliced. As Eala, forehand winner. 30-all. 30-all. Chance for Eala to get off to a good start in the second. All. All right, first serve is a fault, second serve. Serve into the backhand of Eala. Forehand from Valentova. As Eala goes cross court, the backhand of Valentova. Eala goes down the line. Valentova slice. Into the back of Eala as Valentova backhand into the forehand of Eala. Again, the backhand of Valentova as Eala forehand goes long. 40-30. 40-30 as Eala overhits it. 40-30. By the way, chat, the weather in Melbourne on Thursday is going to be 31 degrees. So I am going to the beach. I'll see you on Friday. That's a joke. I'm not going outside. Fuck that. I'm staying inside. 31 degrees in October. I'm gonna have to go. I'm gonna have to leave the country. I can't live in this world like that. 31 degrees in spring. Fuck off with that. 40-30. What do you think this is? This is crazy. Anyways, Valentova hits it on the line, and they're going to replay the point because it was called out. 31 degrees in October is not. That's not right. And then it's going to rain the next day. So. No, 40-30. 40-30. Valentova to start the second set strong. The return goes in front of Valentova. Valentova in the net, making a few more errors. And the crowd's gone wild because they know Eala's got a little chance here. All right, deuce. We get to deuce. As Valentova serves again. There's a fault, second serve. As the backhand return goes in front of Valentova. Forehand from Eala is a winner. Advantage Eala to take the break. First game of the second. Advantage Eala. The return goes the backhand slice of Valentova. Eala forehand in the net. Deuce. We get to deuce. Valentova trying to hold. Eala trying to break. All right, serve again. Is a fault. Second serve. Double fault. All right. Advantage Eala. Advantage Eala. All right, advantage Eala. As Valentova hits a forehand winner, and it's back to deuce. All right, deuce. Back to deuce. As Valentova comes in net with the volley and puts it away. Advantage Valentova. All right. Advantage Valentova. As we got a forehand. Winner by Valentova. And she holds first game of the second. 1-0. All right. By the way, Chad, I was looking at flights to Philippines and accommodation. It could cost... Apparently, flights in November and to back in December were going to be like $750 return. Direct flights. And then to stay for like, I don't know, like 10 days, it's going to be like $400 accommodation. Doesn't seem that bad. Like $1,200 to go to the Philippines for 10 days? I mean, is that... I don't know. I don't have that, though. Maybe for next year. I'm talking about next year. Next year. Next year. All right, first serve is a fault, second serve. Philippines are beautiful. Yeah, I've heard it's great. It's the only place that I haven't quite been to in Asia. It's the only place that I haven't yet gone to is the Eala double false, love 15. And that's just staying in Manila, though. That's not going anywhere else. That's just staying in Manila. As Eala goes to love 30. Similar to Vietnam, okay. Love 30, chance for Valentova to break. First game of the second. First games of the second. All right, first serve is a fault, second serve. As a return goes the net by Valentova. $15.30. First serve is a fault. Second serve. As Eala hits the backhand, but Valentova came to the net, put it away, 15-40. 15-40. To get the break in the second. As Eala hits long, there's the break, 2-love. I'm going to say one thing to the people that are like, you know, obviously don't like Eala and come in here and make a point about it. Do you ever think that maybe Valentova is better than her ranking suggests? Maybe Valentova should be top 50. You know, maybe you're so focusing on how bad Eala is. Maybe you're not thinking, oh, maybe the chick she's playing at 18 years old is actually pretty good. Like, maybe Valentova is better than her ranking. And maybe you should give her credit. Just a thought. Just a thought. 2-love. Valentova with a set and a break. As a return goes in the front of Valentova. Eala hits a backhand passing shot wide, and it's 15-love. Someone who lives in Manila, I highly suggest you only stay in the capital for 2 or 3 days. Then the other provinces are very beautiful. Cebu, there's a lot to see. You see, but like what I want to do is I want to go to the Philippines once, and then what I usually do is I'll go somewhere for a little bit of time, and then I'll come back, and I'll go, okay. Like with New Zealand, I went there for like 5 days, and I'm like, well, I would go back to New Zealand on a longer trip. And then same with Japan. I went to Japan and Korea and China for like a couple of days each. And then I came back and I'm like, I would go back to Japan for like 2 weeks. I'd maybe go back to like China for make it a week, but I don't know if I'd go back to South Korea because I feel like I already did that. Like I went to Seoul and I saw a lot of stuff. So I'm like, okay, I don't think I need to go back there straight away. You know what I mean? So like if I go to Manila and maybe one other place for a couple of, like, you know, not for a couple of days, but like for a week. And then I come back, and if I love it, I'll go again. Yeah, does it make sense? So I don't want to go like, hey, I'm going to go to the Philippines for 3 weeks and see everything in one go and then never come back. That's not the plan. The plan is to go and just check it out and then come back and then go, okay, I want to go back, but this time I want to go there. I want to go here. I want to go this place, that place, you know. That's what I do. 30-15. Has Valentova forehand. Goes long. 30-0. But like Manila and then like one other place. Because if I'm there for like, if I go for like a week or 10 days, I probably don't want to stay in one place. I'll try and go to like 2 places. How do you get from one place to the other in Philippines? Is it driving or do you have to take a plane to fly to the next place? Because I know it's a bunch of islands, so like, is there a way to go from like Manila to one of those places without having to get on another plane? Because plane trips are expensive. They're the most expensive part, is getting on a plane. Oh, so Manila to Cebu is like totally different. Different islands. 30-40. Double fault from Eala. Okay, so I'd have to fly to all the different places, right? What is there to do? Or how do I get... Is there anywhere that, like in Manila, like on that island, is there anything to do on that island where I won't have to fly? All right, 30-40. As that goes the net by Eala, there's the... Oh, sorry, we get the deuce. So Eala had a break point, my bad. I'm too busy looking at travel plans. All right, deuce. Valentova keeps the break for now. If you're going to other main islands, you'll have to get a plane. Okay. All right. As that goes out by Valentova, and it's advantage Eala. So maybe what I'll do... Again, this isn't going to happen because I can't afford to do it. But if I went to Philippines and then I went to Japan, or I went to Japan and then on the way back I went to Manila on the way back, maybe that would be stay in like the Philippines for a few days. That could be a plan. On my way back from somewhere else. All right, 4 down the line from Valentova as a winner, and we get back to deuce. Even though that would be more expensive. From Melbourne to Tokyo, because I want to do Japan. Like I want to do like a big Japan trip. All right. As Valentova hits a winner, advantage. Or do I just fly? Oh no, I have to. There's no direct flights to where I want to go. All right. As Eala gets back to deuce. Yeah, so I have to go to Singapore, stay there, and then go to wherever I want to go. Or I have to go through Manila to get to anywhere anyway. There's no direct flights to where I want to go from Melbourne. So if I want to go to I want to go anywhere else, I have to get off a plane and go on another plane anyway. There's no direct flights to where I want to go. I know the Philippines are islands. I saw the map. I know the Philippines are islands, but I'm just asking questions. There's no direct flights to the Philippines from Melbourne. Anyways, Valentova with a good pickup, but Eala hits a backhand down the line winner. And it's back to deuce. This feels like a very important game. Deuce. There's a bit of forehand now. Nope. Valentova hits a winner. Advantage Valentova. Advantage Valentova. Don't go to Manila. Go to a place. Best place is Siargao. Yeah, but... Anyways, Valentova holds and screams 3-love. Valentova holds. All right. I'm watching from Siargao. Nice. After doing a multiple stop flight, I said never again. I'm only doing direct. Yeah, I want to try and avoid doing stopovers if I can. Eala is losing today. Change of coach is needed. Nah. I don't think it's needed yet. Boronia or Siargao? Let me check. Where are those places though? I can't even see them. Are they... Okay. 3-love. As Eala goes the backhand of Valentova. Eala forehand to the backhand of Valentova. There's Eala into the drop shot of Valentova. Valentova in the net. It's 15-love. Where's the Big Lagoon? That place looks sick. And the Kawasan Falls. Where are they in the same place? Are they on the same island? That'd be awesome. The Big Lagoon looks crazy. All this Kayangan Lake. That seems crazy too. I feel like the Big Lagoon is looking where I should go there. How do I get there? How do I get there? Palawan and Kawasan is in Cebu, okay? 40-love Eala. $40-love. Been to the Big Lagoon. It's a must go. See, okay. Anyways, Eala comes with a volley. Lob goes up by Valentova, but it's wide. Eala on the board. 3-1 Valentova. What's better? The Big Lagoon or the lake? Which is better? Which is a better place to go to? I know I have to get a plane to go to those places, but I'm just asking questions. 15-love. Good serve, Valentova. I think both are in Palawan. Oh, are they? How do I go to Palawan? Palawan's not even a place I can fly to. When do I finish this tennis season? How long should I go for? How many days do I need a week? 1 week in the Philippines is enough for one place? Let's say I go to Cebu. And am I saying that right? There's some city areas you can go to if you like the Big Lagoon, the area, mostly beaches and relaxing type of vacation. Okay. 1 week at most. Are you from the Philippines or are you just saying that on behalf of them? I need locals' advice. 15-all. As Valentova serves again. $30-15. Nice serving from Valentova. Oh, it's Cebu. 10 days. Okay. As we return now from Eala to the forehand of Valentova. Eala down the line of the backhand of Valentova. Into the forehand of Eala as Valentova goes again to the forehand of Eala as Valentova now with the backhand of the net. It's 30-all. Middle of 3 days and Boronia. Where's Bor? Is that in? Where? I can tell you this much. I don't want to go to the beach. I'm not somebody who likes to go. I live in Australia and I don't go to the beach here. So I don't think I want to go somewhere that has. I want to go somewhere that has like temples and like cool like stuff. I don't want to go and sit on a beach for a week. That's not what I want to do. I want to go somewhere where I can explore. Or see some like crazy ass like waterfalls or something, you know? I don't want to go sit on a beach because I can do that here, like in Australia, and I don't do it because I don't like to do it. Are there any like cool churches? Yeah, like that kind, like yeah, buildings and stuff, scenery, scenic stuff, cool stuff, not just like a beach. I've been to Cambodia; it's expensive, and I've been to Thailand as well. I've already been to those places. If you don't like the beach, go to Cebu. It is more historic. Yeah, I want to get. That's what I want. I want to go on like tours and stuff to like learn the history and stuff. All right, so okay. Now I don't want to go to the beach. I don't want to just sit on a beach. I want to go explore a city or something. All right, advantage Valentova to go to 4-2. What's the weather like in December? Is it warm? I've been to Vietnam and I've already been there. As it a 4-0 from Valentova into the back of Eala. Eala hits a winner. Back to deuce. Would you consider a trip to the Taipus in South America? South America is too far away. I'd have to go there for like a month. Still warm in December, but slightly colder than normal. Good. That's fine by me. I'm fine with slightly colder. I don't want it to be 40. All right. Drop shot return goes in from Eala. Then Valentova comes to the net, but Eala puts up a lob. It's not high enough. Well, it's not deep enough. Advantage Valentova. Advantage Valentova. So I could go in February. What's the weather like in February? Advantage Valentova. What's the weather like in February? February's good. All right. Because maybe after the Australian Open, I'll just like... Whoosh. As it a 4 now, into the backhand of Eala. 4 now from Valentova. Eala backhand down the line. Valentova backhand goes in the backhand slice of Eala. Valentova comes in with a forehand and puts it away. 4-1, and she screams after that Valentova. Jeez, she is loud. She is fired up. And she is dominating. 4-1. March is the start of summer, which gets really hot. Yeah, I don't want to go in March. Yeah, I can't go in March or April because I have to work. I have to stream. I have to go on the only time I can leave the country is end of November, December, and February. And maybe after Wimbledon. Maybe the week after Wimbledon, but that's it. Well, I can't leave, and I can't stream. Or I can't stream overseas, so I need to go in February before Indian Wells. All right. 4-1, Valentova. Warm in December, this tropical country. If you head north, Cebu is in. The weather is good. Okay, so I feel like I'm getting a vibe. Don't go to Manila. Don't stay in Manila. Go to Manila for 2 days just to like be there and then leave. Because I'm gonna have to fly in and out of Manila anyway. That's where the plane goes. So, and then Cebu seems to be the popular, like a general. That's if I have to go anywhere, that seems to be the popular answer. Love spicy food. Yeah, I don't like spicy food, so hopefully that is not gonna be a thing. How many days is 20? So what? I don't know. Anyways, 4-1. Is it a 4 now from Eala? Into the slice of Valentova. Eala comes in with a volley, but it's in the net. Love 15. My recommendation would be going to... Okay. Ah, love 15. That goes out by Valentova, and it's 15-all. If you want to see cool places, head to Sagada, the Rice Terraces, and maybe even Vigan. Okay. Well, see, the thing is, because I've been to like Thailand and Indonesia and a lot of places, I've seen Rice Terraces, so I don't need to go see Rice Terraces. Like I know I've seen them. I've seen Rice Terraces a lot. Like I've been to a lot of Rice Terraces. I don't want to, even though they look crazy, like they're like crazy cool. I've seen them. I've been to Indonesia a lot, so I know I've seen them. So I wouldn't do that again. Like I said, I wouldn't go to the beach. It's not like I'd want to like walk around the city and stuff, or maybe see like waterfalls. Like that stuff that we don't have here. All right, 15:30. As the Eala serves again. Return goes back into Eala. 4 now from Valentova in the net. 30-all. Waterfalls near Manila. Around 3 hours away. Okay. All right, 30-all. As the return goes into the backhand of Eala. But Eala hits it long. All right, 30-40. Chance for a double break and to serve for the match. Valentova. I can be your travel buddy if you want. No, I'll probably just go by myself, but thank you. As with a fault from Eala, second serve. Second serve. It's a double fault. There's the break. Valentova 5-1. 5-1. By the way, to all the people that are like talking shit about Eala, do some research. First of all, by the way, I did the research. Go watch the preview video about Valentova. Because Valentova has had a great season as well. I'm shocked that it's this one-sided, but Valentova's been great this year. And if you don't know who she is, then you need to do some research. As Valentova hits it in the net, and it's love 15. If you go to Cebu, consider a day trip to Bohol. Also, the ferry trips, a few minutes, Chocolate Hills and Old Cathedral. That sounds sick. I would love to do that. That's what I would do that. All right, first serve default. Valentova, second serve. As a return from Eala goes the forehand of Valentova. Valentova in the net, love 30. Love 30. So to the forehand of Eala. Forehand now from Valentova, but no. Eala hit it long, 15-30. There's a serve again from Valentova. As the return goes into the forehand of Valentova. Eala forehand to the forehand of Valentova on the stretch, but she can't get it. All right, Eala. 15-40. 15-40. 15-40. To get back one of the breaks. And the return goes to the front of Valentova. Valentova hits it wide. All right. Eala breaks. Gets one of the breaks back. 5-2 Valentova. Raducanu is playing after Mukova and Vondrousova. Which is going on right now. All right. All right. Oh. You right, Mia? You okay? 5-2. We'll go to 6-4 first set. Nice. All right. Eala's going to serve. Still in a break, though. 5-2. All right, 5-2. By the way, I feel like the people that say like Eala should change her coach don't even know who her coach is. She needs a new coach. All right, well, who's her current coach? No idea. All right, well, then why does she need a new one? Because. The poor coach who nobody knows is getting fired, but you don't even know who to fire. Who are you firing, chat? Which coach? Who? Huh? Eala's coach. Okay, who is it? Go on. If you don't know who it is, then how are you going to fire him? You don't know who to fire. He's going to be walking around going, well, I'm looking for somebody. You're going to fire the wrong person. You're going to be like, hey, that looks like a coach. Get out of here, guy. You don't know who to... Anyways, 15-0. If you can tell me who the coach is without Googling it, then I'll listen to what you're saying. But I feel like most people, you've got to fire the coach or something. Okay. This isn't football or basketball where you just fire the coaches. Just get a new manager. Just get rid of we'll get a new one. 15-0. As that goes out by Eala. Valentova too strong. 15-30. 15-30. 15-30. As Eala serves again. And the backhand goes in the net by Valentova. 30-all. As Eala serves again. Into the forehand of Valentova. Forehand from Eala is in the net. Match point Valentova. 30-40 to take the win. By the way, winner of this match plays the winner of Mertens and Bookshire. So that'll be interesting to see them play later. All right, as the Eala backhand, that's a great shot. Valentova gets it. And then Eala puts away the forehand winner and she saves the match point. Bookshire and Mertens have just started, by the way, 1-1. 1-1. We get to deuce. We get to deuce. And the other serves a let. As the return goes to the forehand of Eala, backhand out from Valentova. Into the back of Eala. Valentova backhand to the forehand of Eala. Drop shot is in the net though by Eala. And Valentova gets another match point. Advantage Valentova to take the win. Serve. Into the back of Valentova. Return to the front of Eala. Valentova backhand into the backhand of Eala on the stretch. Valentova on the attack. Puts away the winner. And a big shout by Valentova. 6-1, 6-2. She gets the win. She's scary. Valentova's scary. She is a scary, aggressive player. We've watched her 3 times this year. She's decent, though. She can play. She can play tennis. She knocks out Eala. All right. Eala's, I think, playing next week, I think. So we'll probably watch her again. But Valentova is one of your favorite WTA players. Yeah, I like the way she plays too. I hope she get like it would be fun to watch her. Hopefully again this week because she's decent. What do you? But you said I'm talking about. I said Valentova's decent. What are you talking about? What are you saying? We might watch Valentova take on Mertens or Bookshire in the next round, depending on the time when the match is. But I feel like we should watch a bit more of Valentova. But Mukov's up a set in a break against Vondi. If Valentova make the semis, that'd be fun. Played aggressive. Oh yeah. I mean, yeah, that's the thing. Like Eala, I don't think expected Valentova to be so aggressive so quickly. Like straight away on the first game, Valentova was just smacking winners everywhere, and Eala was like, "What the hell?" So I don't think she expected Valentova to be that good and that aggressive, and then Eala just couldn't catch up. She just couldn't get settled. Andreeva versus Valentova will be an exciting one to watch. That'd be fun. That won't happen this week, but in the future, that'd be fun. Yeah, Valentova's from the Czech Republic. Or from Czechia, yeah. She was too nervous against Raducanu at the US Open, but had a chance against her. Yeah, she almost took the second, Valentova. So, and we watched her then. I don't know if I can't remember watching her play Gauff at the French. I don't think we did, but we definitely watched her play against Raducanu, and she was very impressive there. Was Eala the underdog? I don't know. I don't know. Young guns from the Czech Republic are so dangerous. Oh, yeah. Mertens, Bookshires, yeah, they're playing right now. They're playing right now. They're playing right now. Yeah, we're watching Raducanu in a little bit. All right. What is the next game? Next game is Raducanu. Very aggressive and sort of surprised her. Yeah. The next game is Raducanu versus Zhu, and that's coming up in... It could be coming up in the next... Oh, wait. No. It could be coming up in... I don't know. It could be half an hour. Let's go wait for a match. Valentova is going to be seeded playing next year. Maybe. Possibly. Has a bright future. Oh, yeah. I'm keen to see how Valentova does. Like, we've watched her a couple of times. And, I mean, she's... If we compare Valentova to Eala this year, Valentova's had a better year this year. And Eala's been very good. It's just that Valentova hasn't done as well, I guess. Hasn't beaten top 10 players yet. So that's why she hasn't got the recognition that Eala has, right? Because the run that Eala had in Miami by beating Swiatek, beating Keys, that got her the recognition. But Valentova's been just as good, if not better. She just hasn't had that top 10 win. Had she beaten Raducanu at the US Open, I think a lot more people would know who she is. But she's definitely very, very tough. I did expect Eala to do a little bit more with the experience. Yeah, I did too. I mean, I didn't expect Valentova to be so clean. I thought she'd be maybe a little bit more error prone because of her aggression was maybe a bit too much. And I thought Eala would be better defensively, but yeah, Valentova just super, super, super clean. I need to watch more of Valentova play. Yeah. She's aggressive. She's loud. She's fiery. That's the sort of player you're into, then you'll definitely enjoy it. Thoughts on Draper's new coach? Yeah. I mean, cool. Don't really have any thoughts. Miami was a one-time wonder. Am I wrong to say that? No. You cannot say that. How dare you? We should watch more of on the channel. We will. Like I said, Valentova versus Bucher or Mertens in the next round, depending on when that is, we might watch it. It just depends. What is the next tournament where Swiatek and Sabalenka play? That'll be the WTA Finals. They're not playing until the end of the year. They're playing at the WTA Finals. That'll be the last event. Most players Gauff, Anisimova, they won't be playing for a while. No, they won't be playing until the end of the year. Sinner is playing at the Six King Slam in a couple of days. I've said it several times, Eala is never going to be good enough for main tour, let alone be a top player. Worst serve in the games, too slow, no power, poor footwork, very poorly coached. Well, I've said it several times too, nobody cares. So, you just scream into the void, buddy. Like, nobody, okay. What do you think of Paolini's chances at making up points to sneak into the finals? This week is huge. Ningbo is huge for Raducanu and Paolini. Whoever does better, they might play in the semis, and it might be whoever wins that match qualifies. I mean, that's exciting. I don't know who's going to win the WTA finals. I have no idea. No idea. No clue. No idea. Eala haters are hilarious. Hey, look, if they want to hang out here and watch the streams, that's great. Who will be the next breakout star on the player on the WTA? Look, Jovic is obviously somebody that you got to watch out for. I said this at the start of the stream, right? There's the top 8 players in the world under 21 years old. These two ladies are 7 and 8, right? With Eala is 7 and Valentova is 8. And then you've got, obviously, Jovic. You've got Andreeva, who's obviously already broken out. Mboko, Noskova. She's still pretty young considering that she's done so much already and had some massive results already. So there's a lot. Joint, obviously done really well this year as well. So those are the players that are all, some of them are already doing stuff, right? But those are the young players that are doing the best. But Valentova for sure is probably the least known out of the bunch. That's rude of you? Bro, you started it. I'm rude? You're the one who's just like coming in here and just being like, she's shit at everything. How am I rude? It's one of those, well, I can say what I want, but then if I get any challenge, you're going to get angry at me. All right, well, maybe you shouldn't come to the Eala matches then. Do you think Djokovic will be one slam before he retires? I hope so. Mayo Cat. Rune is rude for not winning that match against Vacheroy, and then we would have watched him play freaking Djokovic. Don't you come at me with that shit. I'm not taking that shit. Favorite for the ATP finals? Probably Alcaraz. Who do you think will be next number one in WTA? Probably Coco. I think she's probably, or Anissa. I mean, Anisimova has a chance if she plays like she has been. But I'd say Gauff is probably the next new number one, if in the future. I don't know how long that's going to be. Maybe it's in a couple of years, but I think Coco should be number one eventually. By the way, Mukova's up a set and a break. No, he's not winning another slam. Get serious. Why are people so negative? Why is people so negative? Why are people being so negative? If you're not going to be nice, just don't talk. Let's keep it nice. Or just don't talk, Let's be a little bit more. It's like less than 90 days till Christmas. Can we all just be a little happy? Why is everyone so negative? People being so negative. Mukova looks strong. Hopefully she stays fit. Because they're miserable? That's not true. I'm sure they're fine. Two weeks till I start listening to Christmas music. Yes. You can start now if you want. It's okay. Don't let anyone tell you otherwise. Very difficult to predict. Sabalenka, Coco, Anisimova, Swiatek. Yeah. All right. Thanks for the coverage. No worries. No problem. Do you watch only tennis? Are you into other sports as well? I do only watch tennis. All right. I'm going to send you over to the Raducanu match. I'm sure that'll be a positive experience. And I'm sure we won't get any negativity in that stream. Because usually when we watch Raducanu, everyone's really happy and in a good mood. Joe, we gotta start bopping negativity. I feel like if we're gonna keep it positive, we gotta start like getting out the negative, right? We gotta start. We maybe positive only. Rule number 700: positivity only. That's what we gotta do. Positive vibes only. Negativity can leave. We don't need that negativity no more. If you have nothing nice to say, then don't be here, please. I want to live in a happy bubble. This is my bubble of tennis, all right? We want to be happy. Only happy. I want to live in a delusional bubble of happiness, all right? Don't you pop my bubble. Viewers are just giving honest, realistic opinions better than being nice for the sake of it. No, I want you to be nice for the sake of it. I don't want honest and realistic opinions. I want positivity. So you can keep your honesty to yourself. I don't want realism. I want rainbows and lollipops. God damn it. No realism. I don't want I want delusion. I want delusion. By the way, realistically, saying that Eala is terrible at tennis is, in my honest opinion, is stupid. Because how did she beat 3 Grand Slams champions in a row? Come on now. If you don't think Eala is good, then you don't watch enough tennis. Is she going to be the number one in the world next week? No, because that's impossible. But come on. You can give an opinion without being nasty. Exactly. You can give an opinion without having to be like nasty about it. What am I doing for Christmas? I don't know. Probably sleeping. All right, I'll be back. Vondi's about to break back. I'll be back soon. Hopefully soon. Hopefully. But Valentova wins 1-2. Very impressive by Valentova. Like I said, depending on the schedule going forward, I'd love to watch her again this week. Because we have watched her a few times, but if she plays like that more often, more players are going to lose. Not just Eala. She's going to take out a lot of other players as well. So if you're looking for a new player to follow, Valentova might be your player. Because she's 18 years old. She's aggressive. She's fired up. I'm trying to think of a player that she's like. I'm trying to think of who is Valentova's. I mean, the way that she's playing. I'm just trying to think. Raducanu? Nah, she's not that. Like, she's not as. I mean, she's kind of like Anisimova. Nah. I don't know. She's not as tall as like Sabalenka and stuff. She's kind of like Pegula, but like more vocal. So if you're into that, you'll love watching her. And she is fun to watch. She is definitely a fiery player to watch. Kind of like Fernandez, but like more aggressive. Like an aggressive, but same like fired up. Anyways, if you're looking for a new player, she's definitely one you should watch. I'll see you guys soon. Vondi breaks back, by the way, so we might be back in an hour to watch Raducanu. Valentova wins 1-2. I'll see you soon.